Hello, welcome back. Today I am going to do a bit of a 2020 business and personal goals video. So a bit of a late start, but if you watched my last video you'll know that 2020 has gone off to a bit of a crap start for us, and I will do a whole video talking about that experience soon. But today I'm going to talk about goals for the rest of the year. So I have a few business ones. I've not gone too crazy because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself and just write things down for the sake of it, but these are more little bits and pieces that I've been planning on making a part of my daily routine, probably not even daily but weekly routine, and seeing how we go. So the first one is put more effort into Etsy. Now I have an Etsy shop. I started on Etsy, but now I have an independent shop. I'm actually with Wix. I personally love Wix. I've been with them now, it will be 3 years in June, and I love it. However, I have kept my Etsy shop open. The reason I left Etsy was I was becoming really unhappy with the fees, and I really didn't want to up my prices on Etsy to stay on Etsy and make it worthwhile on Etsy. I know a lot of people do stay on Etsy, and I still shop there as well. As time has gone on, I have accepted that it's still an avenue of traffic, so I have kept it open, and it's just got a small collection of my bits and pieces over there, but it's not anywhere near as big as my own independent shop. However, I've kept it open just because it's another shop and it's handy to have. However, it's not something that I put much effort into, and I would really like to change that for 2020. So I've already made a new banner and a new icon, but I'd like to add a couple more bits into the shop. I'm also trying to get my shop name changed because it's still my old business name, and it's my fault. My business name has changed over the years because I started making bits and bobs in 2012. So 8 years ago is when I joined Etsy. So over that time I have had various business names. I started out making jewellery, and then it was just cards. Then it was my first proper business name. Then it evolved to Pastel Elixir, and now I'm just going by my name because it feels like the most simplified term for me. So I've actually reached the limit on times I can change my shop name, and I have written to Etsy a couple of times and they keep saying no. So that doesn't help. I don't want to have to open a whole new Etsy shop, because if you have one you'll know just how much effort it takes to open one, get your listings up, get everything looking how you want it. But I do need to tweak a couple of things, and that is the first thing on my list, is to put a tiny bit more effort into Etsy and just see how things go. So the next one on my list is get a new banner for YouTube and continue to grow my YouTube channel. I'm really pleased with how my YouTube channel has grown over the last 12 months. It's been crazy. At the end of, I reached 1,000 at the end of 2018, and that was crazy. So 2019 was a really good year for my channel, and I'm really happy with it. So just continue to grow my channel would be lovely, but get a new banner for it. It's very old and it's just plain, and it's one of them things. I hate designing banners. I hate it. I can't do it. I'm just like can't do it. So I'm going to try my best, see what I can come up with, but I do want a new banner for my YouTube channel. Number 3 is do a product I've never done before, preferably fabric related. So the only fabric related product I've ever done is tote bags, and I got those made for me. They had a gorgeous, really thick, lovely quality vinyl print on the front of them. I've wanted to do t-shirts for a really long time, but I'm also quite scared of delving into that department because I'd want to make sure, I'd want to tick a few boxes if I was going to go down the clothing route, like ethical fashion and responsibly sourced things. And I really don't want to just pump t-shirts out for the sake of doing t-shirts. If they're going to be t-shirts, I want them to be long lasting and be decent quality. I don't just want to do really thin, cheap, nasty t-shirts. So that's something that is in the back of my mind, but I'm not sure it will happen this year. However, I would like to look into getting my own fabric printed and getting my sewing machine out. Yes, I have a sewing machine. I did textiles at GCSE. You wouldn't know it, but I love a bit of sewing. I've just never really divulged that about myself, I don't think. I don't think any of you would ever have me down as a seamstress, because I'm not by any means. However, I can but practice, and I thought maybe art supplies pouches, makeup pouches, just pouches. I love a good pouch. So if I could try and make pouches, that would be awesome, and who knows where that might go. But I am going to look into getting my own fabric printed, so it's just small runs of my own design fabric and just testing the water, seeing how things go, and obviously documenting that journey on my channel. I think that would be really fun. I've never had my own fabric printed, and I've never done a sewn product or a fabric-y product that's not a tote bag, so let's see how that goes. This one is a bit different, but I have noticed that as someone who is a full-time illustrator, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate, if you are an illustrator or a designer of any kind, the amount of time you actually spend doing the drawing or designing or the crafting is quite little compared to everything else, like the admin and all of the bits and pieces that nobody really sees. So I was starting to get a bit like, oh, I don't actually do that much drawing anymore, and I want to make that happen. So I have challenged myself, feel free to join along if you would like to, but I've challenged myself to 4 times a week 15-minute doodles. So at the start of each week I just make a note of it on my weekly planner. If I know that a day isn't going to be too busy, or that I know that I've got some time somewhere, 15 minutes isn't a lot of time, and I'm just trying to dedicate a slot 4 times a week, 15 minutes, to just do some rough sketching. I'm not talking really long masterpieces or anything to be taken too seriously. I'm just talking sketching, doodling, because something that I get asked a lot is how do I get better, and honestly I do think the only way you can get better is to practice. Learn from other people, practice and keep at it, you will get there. The only way to develop your skills, I think, is to just keep going. And it's the same for all of us, so I'd really like to just keep up and do some warm-up drawings as well. So that 15 minutes, 4 times a week is what I've challenged myself to. But please feel free to follow along if you want to do 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Let me know if you do think that that is something that you'd like to try, and I want to just keep drawing and making the most of my time, even if it is just 15 minutes. I'm happy to say that despite everything that's going on right now, I have managed 4 times a week 15-minute doodles. This mug is bigger than my face. The next one is something that you'll be aware of if you are over on my Patreon page, and that is Wooden Pin Club. We have already started Wooden Pin Club, but just to mix up this 2020 business goal for you guys, I thought I would make it a little bit more interesting than just launch Wooden Pin Club. Let's get Wooden Pin Club to a 6-month-old birthday. If I can keep Wooden Pin Club running for 6 months, I will be pretty damn happy with that. What I mean by keep it running is as long as there are people that want Wooden Pin Club, and as long as there's people that are there for it, then I will continue to make the pins. As of today, 7th of January, I have got the March pin ready to go to the manufacturers. So I'm on time and I'm really happy with how things are going, but as long as people are wanting Wooden Pin Club, let's see if we can take it to 6 months. And if we manage a whole year of Wooden Pin Club, that's amazing. There are some slots left, just in case you're interested. I hate promo time, but it seems weird to not mention it. There are some slots left if you are interested, and the January wooden pin is adorable. I don't have many left, so if you want one, you can sign up if you'd like. Even if you'd like to try it for 1 month, you can just cancel anytime. If I can get it to 6 months, that would be amazing. You guys have asked for this one a lot, and I am going to challenge myself this year to fulfill it. Ask and you shall get. But that is more portraits and more original pieces for sale. Last year I was trying to, my main kind of goal with the drawing and doing realism was to build my confidence up, because if you didn't know, I had a hand accident and it really set me back. I had to have surgery on some tendons and have it repaired, and ever since then it's been a journey of recovering and doing a lot of physio, which I'm still going through now. But also my confidence got knocked and I had to take things right back to basics, and I was scared to share any of the realism stuff that I used to do. So I started doing it again, and I managed a few pieces last year, and I used to get comments all the time, well, I still do, asking, can you do this animal, can you do this animal, do you sell originals? Towards the end of the year I was selling original miniature paintings, so on tiny little wooden slices, and they all found homes, and I didn't realise that they would. I'm honestly gobsmacked that they all found homes. So this year I'd really like to do more wooden slices, more original drawings, more portraits, and also open up pet portrait commission slots. I know you guys have wanted those for ages, and it's one of them things where I'm like, that's why I did the Bertie portrait at the end of, I'll pop Bertie here so you can see what I'm talking about, but I did the Bertie portrait for my dad and stepmom for Christmas, and he was like a warm-up piece so that I could really get a feel for drawing dogs. I'm actually going to be drawing a friend's cats, because aside from dogs I know that cats are just equally as popular, and then moving on from there I will try and do rabbits, guinea pigs, all sorts of animals, so please bear with me, it's just a matter of confidence. And that is why I haven't opened up the slots yet. So I'm going to do cats soon, and I also did my own dogs. I'll pop those two here so you can see them. But yeah, it was just a matter of trying to convince myself that it was a good idea and that it would work. So all of your feedback and lovely comments have really helped, and yeah, it's going to happen this year. We are also over on Patreon doing a podcast. I was going to say weekly podcast, and I don't know where that came from, because it's certainly not going to be weekly. I'm going to try and do as many as I can, but I'm going to try and do at least one a month. It might be 2 a month, so it might be every 2 weeks. But podcasts, so if you have any topics that you'd like to see spoken about and discussed via podcast over on Patreon, let me know. But I have invested in a lovely microphone, and I've been playing with it this morning actually, and it's great. I love it. It's just a matter of learning something new. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, podcasts. I love listening to podcasts as much as the next person, and I thought it'd be a little bit different. I know a lot of you sometimes put my videos on in the background just to listen to them, so I guess podcast is literally just that, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So that is my list of business goals. I didn't want to do anything too crazy. That to me seems like a very achievable list of things to reach for. So this to me seems achievable, and the fact that I've already, you know, gone into motion with a few of them already is a very positive thing, so I'm very happy with that. So I have put down a couple of personal points, because there are a couple of tweaks I'd like to make, and again I'm sure more will probably happen as the year pans out. But the first one is to get back into exercising 3 to 4 times a week. This is what I was doing before I was pregnant, and it became a really important to me part of everyday life. I work out from home, I don't go to the gym, but I follow YouTube videos, whether that's yoga or Naturally Stephanie. But yeah, I do work out at home. Before the pregnancy I'd also started running and had managed 2 months of starting to practice my running. And running's something that I'm still not that great at, and I'm kind of dreading getting back into it because I just don't know where I'm going to be in terms of running. But I want to get a bit fitter and improve my breathing, just get a bit more active, and I really miss it, because during the pregnancy I didn't dare exercise, and I feel like a bit of a fool for that now, because it really, as long as you're sensible, it's not something that you should avoid completely. Like, you don't have to just completely stop, but I did because I was frightened. And as soon as I am fully recovered and feeling a bit more up for it, I will start exercising again. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've really missed it, and once I'm in a bit more better physical condition, I will start again. The other thing is more of a downtime, and you guys might remember I mentioned this at some point last year, but I wanted to start making a real point of doing some baking every weekend, because baking and cooking food is like one of my downtime things that I really enjoy. So at the weekends it's something I love, making cakes and sausage rolls, cookies, biscuits, pastries. And I got really good at it. I got really good at staying on top of saying to myself, okay, today's Saturday, today's Sunday, that means I can just bake and have fun, not think about doing anything else, and just have a bit of relaxation time, make some food, have some fun. And then towards the end of the year I kind of slacked. It was actually from maybe the end of summer onwards that I wasn't doing it anymore. even making smoothies, just taking time to make food is quite a healing thing for me, to make food from scratch. And I have set myself the goal of baking for fun once every 2 weeks. So again, it's nothing crazy, because once a week, sometimes the week just flies by and you feel like you have things to catch up on, and I just don't want to leave an opportunity for me to feel disappointed with myself if I don't manage to do some baking. It just feels really silly. So I've set myself a little goal of once every 2 weeks. If you can just bake some cookies or something simple, nothing crazy. I'm not asking for a million-tiered trifle or tiramisu. Like, I'm just gonna literally bake simple cookies and enjoy every second of it, including the eating of said cookies. But they're the only personal goals that I have, to be honest. I'm quite happy with the way everything else is right now, so I've just set myself 2, just a modest 2. And yeah, that is me done. 2020, you will be better than last year. So anyway, I'm going to bounce now, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and also if you've set yourself some goals, personal, business, lifestyle, anything else, fitness, let me know. I would love to hear what you've set for yourself, and here's to 2020. I hope you're all well, and I will speak to you soon.